So am I the one who's introducing it then? Bro?
I mean, if you want to,
I would love to. After pestering Brooks and the rest of the boys into playing D&D because I have been really, really bored and really been wanting to make somebody play this D&D campaign, I've finally gotten together Brooks, Spivey, and Matt all together at one table to play it.
Well, okay, so that's a pretty good intro, but I'll just add on to that.
Yeah, no, go ahead. Dumb it down a bit, I guess.
My name is Brooks Vernon,
okay.
and you are listening to the first ever Friends by Default Dungeons and Dragons special. We are going to be playing a campaign that Zach came up with. That's Zach Teal.
Yeah,
over
you
there.
can call it the Boy campaign.
We are joined.
BOI.
All right. This is the opening chapter of the Boy campaign. And we decided this would be like a fun thing to every once in a while have special episodes where we revisit this. So make sure to let us know if you enjoy this.
Please enjoy it. I put a lot of effort into this.
All right.
Do I have to enjoy it?
You don't have to.
Okay,
I just want the
cool,
people listening to enjoy it.
Yes, Zach will be our resident dungeon master for this one. To my right is Matthew Coyle.
Hello.
And to my left is Bradley White, also known as Spivey, as Zach will no doubt refer to him as.
Only
I could also be to the right. You have no idea right now.
Well, yeah, but it's nice to give people an idea of like the space since it's a non-visual medium. Bradley.
All right.
Spivey.
Well, we're also in a basement. There's an air conditioning unit.
You don't have to describe the entire 100 years recording studio, but you know.
I thought it was the Friends by Default studio.
Well, it's the umbrella of the company is 100 years, in which we have Friends by Default, You'll Like 'Em, and Noise Choice Boys.
Oh, okay.
And of course, this podcast.
This is
Which
Friends
is
by
the
Default.
FBD&D.
FBD&D, yes.
Friends by Default and Dragons.
Oh.
Yeah.
I see.
It's boys to boys
Boys to boys.
instead of boys to men.
I love it already.
I get it.
Okay.
All right.
So are we introducing the characters first before?
Well, why don't you, do you want it to happen, naturally within the world? Or do you want us to just say what we're doing in, the class and everything?
All right. You know what? I'll introduce you guys one by one as I explain this.
Also, as a note to listeners before we get, really into it, we will be attempting character voices.
Really?
It will... That's why I said attempting.
Just so you know who's talking in character and who's talking out of character.
Yes. And it will probably take us some time in order to comfortably figure out what those character voices will
we might
be.
abandon it completely.
Or
Who
we might
knows?
abandon it completely. So just bear with us during this introductory episode.
All right. So just give me an order. Who? You know what? I'll go clockwise for introductions from my perspective. All right, so I'm just gonna jump right into this beautiful Friends by Default and Dragons world. And for whatever reason it may be, fame, money, power, or just to help anybody else out, you're all traveling to a small village called Tavalia. And rumor has it that there's a master craftsman named Giuseppe that lives here, and he can create magical companions called Bois. And
right off the bat, I don't know if I trust this old craftsman making boys for himself.
hey, look, he is well known.
He's well known for making boys.
He makes some pretty good magical boys. And the first person who arrives in this tavern, it's in a very small village. Like, they've got the tavern, they've probably got a forge. There's not much else. The only thing they do in this tavern is drink and probably fight. So, first person in this tavern is, what's your character's name?
The name's Roscoe Toscobble.
I don't know what you just said.
Was that even words?
Sorry, the name is Roscoe
Roscoe.
Toscobble.
Roscoe Toast
There we
Cobble.
go. Toss.
Oh, toss. Oh, you toss cobble. Oh, I get it.
Oh,
There you
so
go.
you're a
Okay.
cobble tosser.
Yes, like my father before me.
Naturally.
And as you walk into this tavern, you see just the cream of the crop of people who have nothing better to do. You just have drunkards just piling around tables. You see one man who is crazy buff, and he's just shoveling some food away. And then you just have the regular barmaid, just, smile on her face, golden pixie just radiating like the sun beside her, just typical everyday stuff. And you just walk in. It's normal bar day.
Okay, doke. I go up to the bar.
Okay.
Should I use the voice now since I'm not
You,
actually talking in
yeah,
character?
you use your voice until your
Okay.
character
Okay,
talks.
there we go.
Yes, you use the character voices for the dialogue.
That's also nice for me remembering how to get back into
Yeah.
it. But yeah, I'll just go up to the bar
Okay.
and I'll just get a drink.
You're just getting a drink.
Yep, just to get a drink and rest my weary little feet on the road.
All right. So I forgot you're a halfling.
Yes, I'm
so
a
you
halfling.
you're up on top of the stool.
Yes,
Just-
I have to climb the stool.
Okay.
Out of game, Matt, can you just try to get just closer to the mic?
A little
Yeah,
bit.
that's
Okay.
better.
There we go.
All right. And you're going to be sitting there taking your drink for a little bit, and throughout that time, I'm just going to say both of you guys come. I'm sorry that was assumptuous of me. Are you both men or what have you? What two characters walk into this tavern?
I am non-binary.
Oh, that's what Spivey was going to do.
Scratch that. I am distinctly a male.
That's right.
I have a very large bird penis just hanging out.
I don't like
Say
that.
what now?
No, that's just dumb shit that Brooks is saying. So I enter the tavern. Do you want me to introduce in the voice like
No, you
Matt did?
don't have to introduce in the voice. You can just Brooks.
So I am a monk of the race of birds. I'm a bird person, so to speak.
Okay.
In my native tongue, like if my name translated to common is look up in the sky,
Okay, that's very beautiful.
and in my native tongue it is Locke up in the sky.
I hate you so much.
You can call him Locke for short.
Okay.
And he enters the bar. He has already been pre-gaming for quite some time.
So he's already drunk, stumbling
Yes.
into the bar.
Yes. He went from the previous bar he was in to this bar to get more drunk.
Okay. And I'm guessing right behind Locke enters a. I don't know what you are.
I'm a wizard.
That's
Yeah.
not what I meant.
I know exactly what you meant. I'm a wizard.
Okay.
Yeah. My name's Bearth. Sorry.
Bearth?
Yes. It's a family name. It goes back one generation. Me. It's me. I'm the only one named Bearth.
Okay. God damn it.
It's sort of like how when you want a family tradition, so you have to start the tradition.
Exactly,
You have to
exactly.
make the first move to watch Die Hard every Christmas. So
No, my name's Bearth. I'm a wizard, and just I don't drink. I'm more here to be like, this is where the rabble rousers hang out. I'm just gonna keep an eye on these people. That's why I'm here.
Okay, I'm just making these little notes just so I don't forget your guys' names. But once you're all in there, getting situated, having a drink, continuing to drink,
Yes.
and just resting your weary little halfling feet. I'm sorry, were you getting a drink? Again, I'm being very assumptuous of Bear.
No, I don't drink.
Oh,
I
okay.
made that point
What
already.
race is Bearth?
A half orc. Bearth is a half orc.
Ooh, a half orc
Ooh.
who contains himself. And after you all just show up, have any of you been asking any questions, or did you just show up just going like, hey, I'm here?
I have asked for more booze. That is the only question I have asked.
Okay. They keep looking at you. They've given you a drink, but you continued to ask for more booze. Have you finished your first drink, or you just?
I have not started my first drink. I believe in stockpiling for the future and planning ahead, and I want to make sure I have enough booze for the rest of the night. I don't want them to cut me off later.
The barmaid with a smile just hands you two mugs, and she goes, "Okay, well, I think that's enough. I don't think you need to have more. You do smell of booze right now."
That is fuck. What was the voice? I was doing the voice earlier. I can't find it now. What? Okay. Yeah, this is it. All right. That is merely a byproduct of my species. Like our feathers, actually, they constantly smell of what you humans refer to alcohol, and we need to ingest a lot of it in order to continue to survive. I rolled a 15 on deception. Hang on. I have to do the modifier.
Okay. You just
I rolled a 16 with modifier on deception.
and the barmaid just goes, "Okay, well, just please don't cause any trouble. We're not really trying to do anything bad here. We're just a little town.
Okay.
You
That's
just-
very presumptuous of my intent. I
I
want
know.
to drink until I pass out. Like, what evils do you
well,
expect
so do
me
they,
to do?
and they tend to start fights, but
Do you-
they don't right now, and that's why I'm very thankful of them.
Oh, those guys, they look like a rough and tumble crowd, if you
Yeah.
know what I mean.
What brings you here, if you don't mind me asking?
Uh,
Are you rolling the fucking line?
I rolled an 11 on deception, and I
Okay.
will say, it was a very pretty wood paneling on your establishment. I thought I would peruse it and indulge, and it's very quaint, and I enjoy it.
Was that a lie, or what were you trying to do there?
Excuse me, I rolled an 11 in deception.
I know what you rolled, and she rolled a 16 in insight, so what did you do?
That is when I get up with my 2 drinks, and I go to the nearest table that's not immediately next to her, and I sit down looking at her. And then I start drinking.
Okay. And she just kind of tilts her head at you a little bit and just nods and goes, "It's always the weird ones." And then she goes over to Rocco. Was it Rocco? What was it?
Roscoe.
Roscoe. Oh, that's an S, not a C. Okay. She goes over to Roscoe and goes, "Okay, well, you didn't really order anything other than the one drink, so is there anything else I can help you with?"
Still just nursing my drink. Thank you much.
Okay, just making sure. And then she goes over to the third person, who
I'm
is
sitting in the corner, by the way, just looking out over everyone.
okay.
Taking a particular interest in the bird-like person because,
I'm not bird-like. I am a bird.
Well,
as far as Bearth's concerned, you're a bird-like person.
well, she goes out of her way to.
That's fair. That's very fair.
She goes out of her way to meet with you in the corner because she's just trying to be a good host and going, "Is there anything I can get you, sir?"
I haven't figured out a character voice yet, so let's try something fun. No, I'm fine.
Oh, okay. Well, normally we don't have new guests in here, and the 3 of you just stumbled in one after another.
Are you saying this to them, like, across the room? Because we're across the room from, like, each of us.
But
This is just
it's a fairly quiet tavern, so I imagine if you're listening for it, you can hear it. But
Okay.
Is it a quiet tavern? I feel like there is no such thing as a quiet tavern.
it's more like the only noise is a bunch of people going, and then
So just imagine, like, that is the room tone
Yeah,
of what
that-
you have just established there.
yeah,
but
correct.
it's quiet. It's a quiet.
It's just sort of in the
Miserable- yeah,
background.
just a bunch of miserable drunks.
It's a
Correct.
bunch of Sylvester Stallones talking to each other.
Right.
That's all it
Fair
is.
enough.
Yeah, you got it.
All right.
And so you're all just nursing your drinks and everything, and just the barmaid walking around is just kind of confused because she's never seen a bird person, a halfling, and a half orc before. So she's just kind of a little nervous, and she doesn't really, well, other than the halfling, the other 2 were kind of just very regular to her, and she's not used to that. She's used to being treated well because she has this, this female tendency toward her. Fuck you, Janice. Anyway.
Wow.
What?
Wait.
Huh?
Oh,
What?
okay.
Anyway.
This is a question from the player to the resident dungeon master.
Yeah.
What the fuck was that?
Huh? No, don't worry about it.
I'm gonna roll an insight.
You can't roll an insight against me.
way.
I gotta. Hang on.
It fails.
Okay, cool.
Fuck. Okay. Continue.
Okay. So as you're all just spending the hours, I imagine hours just meandering in the tavern, not really bothering anybody, minding your own business.
What time of day is it currently?
It's around 6 p.m. ish.
Okay.
Okay.
Happy hour just ended, so you got there like kind of at the wrong time. But everybody's kind of feeling the effects of happy hour, if you catch my drift.
The drunk.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, that was my drift. I'm glad you caught it.
Okay.
But there is an older man who has also been much like what you were doing, but he's been sitting in an opposite corner, just kind of surveying the room, watching as everything plays out. And he's just I don't know what else to give you guys. I've given you the setting.
Can I roll a perception to see if I notice this strange old man?
Yeah, go ahead.
I'm gonna do that as well.
I got a 15.
Okay. And I'm seeing what Bearth is rolling.
Where is it? There it is. An 8.
An 8,
I
okay.
don't think that's gonna tell me anything.
No, you're too busy focusing on everybody except the old man. I mean, you've got a nice beat on anybody who's about to come at you, which
Yeah.
is nobody. But if they were, you got a beat on them.
I got a 17.
Okay, with modifier or?
That's with modifier.
Okay. Both of you, Roscoe and I gotta remember these names. And Locke. Both of you notice that there's just been this man in the corner, kind of quietly drinking from his wooden mug, just eyeing the three of you up because you're new and he knows you're new. He's an old man and he drinks a lot.
I get the impression that he's making some assumptions about me, and that cannot stand. And so I'm going to go over and go to him to try to convince him the opposite of whatever he is thinking of me.
As he does that, I'm going to have started to get jump down off my stool
Okay.
and walk over, but I kind of slow my pace when I see the drunk walk over to the old man.
See, and then there's that thing. Yeah, I'm gonna have to do the same with you. Then I'm gonna have to reverse some of these assumptions that are being
It's not
made.
like a racial thing. It's because you're a drunk.
No, I know. My thing is, I refuse to admit that I have a problem, and thus I will roll as many deception checks as need be in order to convince
Once
people
you fail
otherwise.
one, I feel like my character will never believe you. So
Yeah. It's like death saving throws, except for denial. Denial saving throws.
you keep saying that. All right.
Wait
sure.
until I roll a nat 20 on deception, and then we'll see what happens.
Then for the day he'll go, okay, maybe he got better. And then the next time,
Oh no!
oh, it was a ruse.
Why did you lie to me?
So I'm gonna go up to the old man, and I'm going to say, "Well, hello there. You seem like a lonely kind of a chap. I would like to tell you about how I'm doing."
Who's getting a text on their phone? That's what's making the noise.
Yeah, if you can keep the phones
Okay.
away from the mics and maybe put them on do not disturb.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah.
So, I'm sorry, I didn't catch that. Could you repeat what you said?
I would like to tell you how I'm doing today.
And the old man kind of puts his drink down, and with a smile, he kind of welcomes you to his table. He likes having somebody to talk to.
All right. So you see this drink I'm holding right here? That is the first drink that I have had. I thought I would just share that with you. I got an 11 on deception.
Okay, and he kind of looks at you, looks at the drink, and looks back up to you and goes, "Why did you have to lie to me? I wasn't going to assume anything. I just figured you were here to have a drink like the rest of us."
I have 2 drinks. And this other one was for yours.
and
For you from the start.
and he lets out a chuckle.
6
Okay.
on deception.
He lets out a chuckle and he just goes, "Oh, you are just a new lad on the block, aren't you?" And he just takes the drink, and he's not going to turn down a drink. That's free. And he drinks it, and he slams his drink down and goes, "So what brings you here all the way to Devalia? There's not much here except for drinking, and trust me, you can get that anywhere."
I definitely know the reason behind that. That's a 7 on deception.
So you're just wandering around? Are you just an adventurer?
Look, man, I don't like admitting I have a problem, but I black out a lot after I drink, and I wake up in new places, and it's starting to get really scary, and I don't know what to do. I can't stop.
And then he kind of just laughs again, almost as if...
Don't you fucking laugh at me. I'm in pain.
No, I didn't mean to.
No,
it's
I
just-
know. I get very emotional
It's
sometimes.
a lot of raw emotion from someone I just met. But
And that is what we call acting. I'm going to roll a retroactive performance. Pretty good. That's 15.
and he just nods and goes, "Okay." I'm sure it was.
My goal with this character is to keep everybody guessing constantly.
That's when Roscoe walks up
Okay.
and kind of like asks if, may I join you at your table?
Oh, absolutely. 2 people. I'm waiting for the third one to come over here, too. I know you've been here for quite a while as well. No need to be shy.
I just look over, act surprised. Well, I am surprised because I hadn't noticed him yet, and I'm like, oh, shit. And I just walk over.
Okay, so all 3 of you sit at this table with this old man who's, now that you're all closer up to him, he's got a hood on, but he's got like a mop of silver hair kind of coming down over his eyes and everything like that. He looks like a town drunk. He looks like this is where he spends all of his time.
I rolled an intelligence to see if I knew him already, to like hear the stories. I got a 19. Would I know of him by now?
You know that. I'm trying to think. Because you were playing it as your character already knows what boys are.
I was thinking I've heard of them, and I heard of the creator, but I don't know like what he looks like.
Okay, then no.
Okay,
then
I wouldn't realize he's the man.
Right. Okay, so all 3 of you are sitting down at the table with him, and he just goes, so, 3 people I've never seen before come into this little tavern out of nowhere. Now, you're either here to start trouble, or this is a nice little accident. Which is it?
Well, if we're going off the words of my father, it's the latter, definitely.
Happy accident?
Yeah.
God damn it, Brooks. All right. And he just he kind of just turns his seat a little bit because he's been talking to you for a while, and he turns to Roscoe and goes, so what's your story? I've heard enough about this man over here.
You know nothing about me, sir.
And then he slides his drink back to you.
Oh, thank you. And I drink it.
Well, I heard about these things called Bois, and I was kind of piqued my interest in there.
And he crosses his arms and goes, really? What piques your interest about him? What makes you so interested?
Excuse me, are you referring to children?
No.
The concept of children?
No. It's with an I, isn't
Yeah,
it?
B-O-I.
Oh.
Yes.
Boys.
What is a
That's a
boy?
strange spelling.
Boys are... So all of you are fresh adventurers then, it seems.
I guess.
Ooh,
I've
this
gone
could
on
be a
one before.
lot.
I mean, I'm not going to make any assumptions about these other 2 people. I literally have no idea who they are.
Well, that's very fair. But this could also be the start of something great. Anyway, boys are magical familiars, ones that a very handsome and wise man named Giuseppe can make. And he's the only one I know that can make them, but I know he can make them. They help you out on your journey, and they provide random magical powers for whoever.
So they're like pocket monsters. You know how wizards sell monsters that you can shrink down to the size of your pockets, and you can throw them whenever you want?
Very much like a pocket monster.
So it's pretty much exactly like pocket monsters.
Yes, except the digital version of those, as in they can talk to you.
What's digital?
Oh,
What
all
is
right,
what is the meaning of that word, digital?
Oh, you haven't been to the other continents yet. Oh, this is very fun indeed. All right. So, No, I'll wait, Brooks. I'll wait for you to stop picking your fucking nose.
I'm doing it specifically so you guys... I'm not interrupting the flow. That's what I'm doing over here.
The flow out of your fucking nose.
Got him.
Sorry, my allergies, you son of a bitch. Oh, my allergies are really bad.
No, but after talking to this man, he explains to you what boys are and how they're familiars that Giuseppe can make. And can everybody just roll a fucking perception check? Just...
I'm just gonna say no.
What'd you roll?
An 8.
Okay.
Hang on. It is
Plus
a
modifier or?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay.
15.
All right.
16.
All right. So, everyone except.
Oh, sorry. It's a 9. It's a 9.
Oh, okay. Well, then everybody notices. No.
Fucking no.
So Roscoe and Locke both pretty much immediately click that. Oh, this old man is Giuseppe, and he's kind of just not telling us.
He's
that
just kind of sucking his own cock.
Yeah,
right
he's
now.
stroking himself off, is what he's doing. And Bearth,
I ask him if the surgery hurt. You know, to get the rib removed so you could suck your own cock.
I don't get it.
Because you keep sucking your own cock because you're Giuseppe. We know.
I don't know what you're talking about.
See, that's exactly. You are sucking your own dick so much right now.
I have not done a single thing. Now, Giuseppe does many things.
Oh, there you go again.
Sir, why is one of your hands under the table?
And then he puts both of his hands above the table and goes, all right, I'll cut you guys a deal. I'll make you each a boy if you get out of this tavern right away.
Look, I don't like the sound of that.
That
I don't
sounds-
want. I'm not gonna. I know it's not what I'm thinking of, but I'm still kind of hesitant with having a made to order boy to me.
Well, that's what Tanya has right over there. And he points to the glowing sun-like pixie that's floating around the barmaid.
Oh shit.
Tanya, do you mind just showing them what the boy can do? And she goes, sure. And she kind of has her hands full of mugs and trays, and she puts them all down on the nearest table, apologizes to the people at the table, goes, oh, sorry, 1 second. And 1 second she's there, and the next she's gone. And then the next moment after that, she is right beside...
Fuck! Oh, I didn't let that finish.
right beside Locke.
See, that's how good she was at it. It was before
and you notice that she teleported in a beam of light. And Giuseppe goes, and that's just the first thing she learned how to do. With training, she can learn to do a lot more, but it all depends on how willing you are to get along with your boy. You see, a boy isn't just a familiar. It is someone who you can go on adventures with, someone who can help you along the way.
Like a best friend.
Like a best friend. Exactly. You would get along with your boy quite nicely.
Would you say the friend is like, you know, not just your best friend, but like the best, you know, there ever was? The very best?
I mean, if you develop a strong relationship with them, of course.
If you also want to be the very best.
Brooks.
It's real funny because I wasn't taking Pokemon at all from this. I was taking JoJo powers and Zatch Bell. So suck a cock, Brooks.
I don't know any of your weeb shit.
I
I know
know.
Pokemon, and that's it.
I know.
You don't even know Pokemon.
Yeah, I don't even know that. Like, you could show me a Digimon, I'd be like, yeah, that's probably from one of the later games.
He's not wrong.
Yeah, no, I know he's not. So Giuseppe kind of looks at Tanya and goes, all right, that's enough. I'm sorry to take you away from your work. She's like, no, it's fine. And then she teleports back to where she was and continues her job. And goes, so, I don't see any reason why you shouldn't accept.
It's just rather strange. You want to give us boys and then have
Yes.
us leave
Well,
like that?
I mean,
Seems kind of odd.
really, I just don't like having new people here, because if more people find out that I'm here, the more likely I'll be found, you know? I like keeping a low profile.
Why do you stay in one place?
I don't stay in one place. I stay in this bar.
That sentence literally does not make any
See,
sense.
he's a wandering drunk. You don't want to be a
You can tell.
stable drunk.
You can tell that Giuseppe's pretty drunk at this point.
Oh, so he wasn't. So he wasn't like putting up a front. He is just.
Oh
a
yeah,
drunkard.
no, he is. He is a very. He actually has a drinking problem.
No wonder Locke was so drawn to him. He was a kindred spirit.
But Giuseppe kind of palms his hair back a little bit, putting down the hood, and you just see the eyes of a very tired man. He's like, "Look, it's been a while since I've had to make boys, and I feel like I'm just going to be losing my edge soon. If a master craftsman, the last thing he made was a chair, do you think that would be great for his legacy?"
No, I get you. You know, like you can always hop, but you can't always be hip. You know.
Maybe I should only make 2 boys. 2 really good boys.
Look. If I'm
okay with that.
if I'm
okay.
sitting down here, I want to be involved in whatever this thing is now.
All right. But do any of you know anything about boys?
No.
Well, that
No.
gives me enough time to prepare things then.
It's like bound to your soul or something like that.
Okay, so you do know a little bit about boys. But I'm going to have Tanya explain everything to you, and then you can spend the night here. I promise I'll pay. Tanya, yes? I'm going to pay for them. Are you actually going to pay for them this time, or is this just... No, Tanya.
Excuse me?
And then he pulls out gold from his pocket. He's like, I've actually got money this time. And then he puts down 3 gold coins. He goes, oh, fine, that's fine. We'll get a room for him. He's like, now, what I'm going to do is I'm going to head back to my workshop, and I'm going to devise some trials. Because the way it always used to go was I would find the bravest, toughest adventurers and give them a trial, and they would make it through the trials, and that's when I could give them a boy. So if you could just do me a favor and humor me a bit.
Are these like deadly trials?
Oh God, no! I wouldn't do that.
Good,
These trials are meant for adventurers who just started
So
out.
it's like an entry exam.
These are going to test your strength, your stamina, and your ability to think.
I can do that.
I would
I'm
hope.
going to be good at one of those.
Well, I hope you can be good at all of them. Otherwise, you won't be able to get through.
Oh.
Yes,
I think I should be fine.
I like all of you. I hope you'll be able to see me tomorrow. And then he gets up, staggers a little bit. He goes, oh, all right. Oh. And then he kind of just wobbles a little bit, almost falls onto a table, kind of pushes a guy over a little bit. He's like, what the fuck? And he's like, no, I didn't. They did it. And then Giuseppe runs out. And the one guy who was just shoved looks back at you guys, puts his arms up in the air and goes, what? What did I do?
I'm going to roll a deception.
Okay.
I rolled a 10. I just turned to him and he's like, we did do it.
And he goes, and then he turns back and just continues to drink again. He doesn't want to put up with you.
Oh, that didn't work.
What the hell are these people?
Okay, so you all spend the night at the inn, and before you go to bed, Tanya just kind of runs over the quick basics of boys with you guys, and it's pretty much that boys are just souls that were bound to the astral plane, and what Giuseppe does is he just pulls that soul, throws it into a boy, and it is now soul-bound to you.
So they're ghosts.
They are, in a sense, but they're also souls that were never born, and they're also souls that were maybe not from this plane of existence. But
Okay.
the way he figures out which soul to bind to the boy is he figures out what person or what your soul is and what frequency it sends out, and he tries to find another soul out in the astral plane to just kind of link it.
Oh,
And
like soul friends.
like soul companions.
Like soul friends.
They're soulmates.
Yeah, almost like that. If
But
that
like
was a thing.
Australian mates.
He calibrates it. It's like a soul caliber. Got it.
Okay. So
And
I
I
was trying to
thought
figure out how to make that reference.
and I thought I was ruining the podcast.
so
No,
next
it's both of us. It's both of us.
Yeah.
It's really just like the 3 of you.
Oh, I like how you just Spivey's doing nothing wrong.
Everyone who's not me.
So the next day comes along, and you realize that Giuseppe didn't tell you where the trial was supposed to take place. So, luckily, Tanya just goes, "Oh yeah, his workshop, right along the mountain pass and down to the field. Can't miss it." So you head along that way, up a mountainous path. It's real nice. You get to overlook the whole forest. Keep going by, and then down into a field. And on this field, up a hill, you see a nice workshop that has a large. Oh shoot! What is that thing? That water mill? Is that the word?
A water wheel?
Water wheel that is connected into a waterfall, and it's just right up there on top of a nice clear passing of a hill.
Is it Wizard Tower-esque?
No, it's more of a Skyrim hay hut kind of thing. What village am I thinking of?
Like a wait. What do you mean?
Well, you mean like the mills, like the
Yeah,
windmill?
like the mills, like that.
That's why it's called a windmill, because they use wind to mill.
Well, no, but the water version of it.
So it's a
Right.
water
Well,
mill.
yeah, but
Yeah,
So
Still-
watermill.
yeah,
It looks like the meaderies outside of Whiterun.
yeah. That.
Yeah.
Okay.
Sorry, I'm bad at trying to get that specific.
You're not much of an architecture kind of guy.
Correct.
so-
But that's what's on top of this hill, kind of connect. It's like on a cliff connected to the waterfall, and it's using the waterfall's weight to power itself.
Okay.
That's how it works.
Yeah.
Yep.
Damn it, Spivey.
Very antagonistic.
But yeah, it's just you and the hill. And as you go up that hill, there's a couple dirt steps, nothing fancy, but like, they've been there. And on the door, there's just a note.
Locke goes up and he takes the note and he looks at it, and then he turns to Roscoe and says, "I can't read."
Okay.
That is a character choice.
All right. So I read the note.
The note says, "Tear the note in half and you can have your trial begin. Good luck." And then has a little dash and a cursive Y.
Does he mean vertically or horizontally? Because if there's a Y, then I'm thinking vertically, probably.
I shrug my shoulders and I just rip it.
You rip it in half.
Yeah.
As you rip it in half, a bunch of glitter just explodes out of it. Yes, a bunch of glitter, Spivey. I know you looked at me.
I wasn't gonna ask.
I know. But like a whole tuft of glitter flies out, and there is now an arrow pointing to the center of the waterfall, and a pathway kind of opens up, just splitting the waterfall into two. And also, the glitter kind of trickles down, and now it says 59, 58, 57, and it continues to count down.
We should probably
Yeah,
go.
Yeah, let's go. Let's go.
Although
Alright.
real quick, I want to reach down and just grab a handful of that glitter, just a bunch of that glitter, and shove it in my pocket.
Okay. All right.
Locke is going to see that and he's just like, "Oh fuck, is the glitter important?" Like, does he know? Does he or she or however it wants to identify? Like, do they know something I don't? And I just grab all the glitter that I can.
You like scrape up the remaining bits of the glitter.
Yeah,
That
yeah.
takes an additional 10 seconds.
And then I just start running.
Oh yeah, no. After I grabbed it, I ran.
yeah, I need everybody to make an athletics check.
Oh, boy. Oh, boy.
Locke makes an athletics check with disadvantage.
Oh, that's not as bad as I thought it was gonna be.
I got a 12.
You got a 12? All right. Ooh, okay.
16 is my lower one.
All right.
I got a 6.
Ooh. Okay. So what happens is, despite grabbing literally the remaining bit of glitter,
He was very frantically scooping it up.
Locke kind of just whips his wings out and just fly darts through the opening in the waterfall, and just in an instant, because he's a bird person and he just did it. Right behind Locke is Roscoe, and with his tiny little legs carrying him as much as he can, he barely makes it through as the waterfall shuts. And and that's when oh fuck, I can never.
Bearth.
Bearth. Thank you. Why do I keep forgetting Bearth? It's just the word bear.
It had a really good bit attached to it. You should be able to remember that.
I should. And Bearth kind of like as you're sprinting, the waterfall closes and there's just a wall of water in front of you.
Well, shit. There's a spell I can cast. I'm just gonna try to run right through that wall of water.
You're just gonna fucking sprint through it. All right, I will need you to make a Constitution check.
Well, that's a 3.
Okay.
Don't think my modifier really matters.
Okay. So wait, what is your modifier?
Not good.
As long as it's not a -1, I think you're fine.
Mhm.
Oh, is it a -1?
While
Well,
he's
you
looking
say
that
that.
up, what do we see? The people who have what do we see? The two people who went through the
As soon as you went through that waterfall and it shuts behind you, you are in a cave that is still very well lit by orange fire on these 2 side rooms, and there are 3 large shadows up in a what is this pattern? I'm gonna say the Triforce symbol, but with circles.
Okay.
And they fit perfectly into these grooves that are already in the wall, and the door is already open.
What's behind us? Like with the
Raging
water.
waterfall.
Raging waterfall, but
Yes.
we can still sort of see the outside and see Bearth.
Yeah, it's like a bunch of white foam and everything through it, but you can still see the outside.
Okay. I'm going to see if I can sort of use my wing to sort of like maybe like part the water a little to try to help Bearth get through.
Okay. Yeah, go ahead and make a strength check.
Not
Yeah.
my strongest suit.
Okay. Even better. It's realistic this way.
That is a 5 plus strength check or strength save?
Check.
Check. 6 in total.
6. You put your hand into that waterfall and it just smacks it down onto your leg.
Okay.
Yeah.
So,
There not much you could do right there with that.
Yeah. So as I go running towards the waterfall,
Mhm.
I rolled a 2
Okay.
total.
Okay. You get your face in the waterfall, and I'm just gonna run through it from the perspective of Bearth. Running, seeing that waterfall, face in the water, face touching ground.
Ow.
Yeah, no, you are currently not drowning, but you're not breathing air.
Oh, shit.
I sort of motioned to Roscoe to try to help me. I'm going to try to help Bearth, like, get up.
Okay.
I assume we see at least half of her or part of her on our side.
You can see like in the center of the water. Like I'm gonna say the waterfall is 3 feet like deep. Yeah, she's about 1.5 feet into that waterfall.
Yeah, I'm going to try to grab them. Okay,
I'll
Bradley,
attempt.
what pronouns do you want us to use?
They.
Yeah, just
Yeah,
Halfling
they and them.
creature.
Okay,
Yeah.
because I've been kind of all over
I
the
could
place.
reroll a natural 1 once a day.
Okay, yeah. Make sure you keep track of that.
Hey, that's pretty good.
What'd you get?
Nice.
Got a 20.
Oh, hey, and that's 20. All right. Well, what'd you roll?
What's the modifier we're adding?
Strength.
I rolled a 5 in total.
Okay, so you kind of try to reach forward to grab Bearth again, but your hands just kind of just complete down, and then Roscoe kind of just looks at you, looks at Bearth, and just kind of pulls, like forces his fist into that waterfall like it owes him money, and just pulls the Bearth
Wow.
back into the cave.
I dropped my phone.
So Bearth is now soaking wet, and
Great.
yeah, just not feeling too good. Your arm is wet. Both of your arms is wet.
Yeah, there's some feathers are hard to dry.
Yeah, they are.
Oh,
All right, so now all of you are in this cave.
I cast Gust on kind of like just through us to kind of like air dry us real quick.
Oh, okay. That's very
Okay.
nice. That's very thoughtful.
Oh, thank you.
Okay.
Don't like to be wet. It's not very fun.
No.
No, I know.
All right. And let me just get this out of the way. Move this here. All right, and you are all now in the cave that has the two big. It starts with a B. Holds fire.
Braziers?
Braziers. Thank you. They are two big braziers casting the shadows on the door, but the door is already open.
All right. I walk through the door.
Okay.
Yeah, I follow through.
All right. Everybody's going through?
I'm gonna wait to make sure nothing happens.
You want to roll a perception check?
I'm gonna
or-
roll a
Okay.
perception. That's 14.
14. Around the doorway, you can see a bunch of like fire scorch marks, like an explosion happened right in front of the door. But aside from that, nothing. And I guess several seconds go by as they have already cleared the door and nothing happens.
Okay, I'll walk through now.
Okay. So all of you go through that door. Now I got to switch over to my other notes.
All right.
All right. And come on now. Come on now, you stupid note sheet. Okay. And you are now in a big circular room that has a pile of hay, and it kind of looks like a nest in the center of it. And off to the side, you see a large grizzly bear, except it is blood red. Like its fur is blood red. It is not really noticing you as it's kind of licking wounds it already has. So,
I'm going to lean over to the other two. I'm going to say, so he said it was non-deadly, but I'm pretty sure that is a bear.
Could be a trained bear.
Possibly.
And And I don't see any corpses, so
I just want you guys to
And the bear
know-
coughs up a full human corpse. No, I'm kidding.
I just want you guys to know, right up ahead, I have many, many, many fears. And one of them...
Oh, there's also a
Is
stairway
in
that leads
fact-
up out of this room.
Let's just go that stairway. Just sneak over that stairway and go that way. Go around the bear.
I
I'm
would
fine
li-
with that.
I would like that, yes.
Everybody
Yeah.
roll stealth.
Actually is one of my strong suits.
Nat 20.
Nat 20, really? All right, cool.
17.
17, good.
9.
9 with
Ooh,
the
boy.
modifier?
Yeah.
Okay. As you're all walking past, there is one branch that Roscoe steps on, and it makes a crack, like a snap that is much louder than any one single branch should be. Like, this is comically... Like, if this was a Batman comic, the stepping on the twig would have a large comic font bubble of snap popping up from it. And the bear kind of looks at you like...
Okay, let's go to the stairs. Let's go now. Let's
Well,
go.
both of you have already made it to the stairs, but Roscoe, in
Okay.
attempt at trying to be more sneaky, kind of took his time. and
Roscoe.
the bear is just staring Roscoe down right now.
I stare at the bear. I stare the bear down.
Okay, are you just staring at it?
I kind of like puff up my chest and I kind of like get bigger.
Hold on, are you trying to intimidate it, or what are you
I'm
trying
not trying
to
to intimidate it. I'm trying to say that, I'm like posturing at the bear.
Okay, here, let me
Think
just...
like, bear, you're not something to me.
Roscoe, you're smaller than its turds. Come on.
Okay, so the bear kind of huffs at you a couple more times, takes a couple steps towards you, and you can tell it's about to charge at you. You just holding fast?
I don't. I bolt to the.
Okay.
I bolt to the.
And
Stairs.
the bear is bolting after you. I would love for you right now to make an athletics check.
Oh boy, come on, my boy Roscoe. 4.
Okay.
Can I use my flight to very fast grab him and bring him to the stairs?
Yeah, but I think I need to make you roll for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, go ahead and let's just have a straight roll, because I mean it might be athletics. Yeah, let's just go with athletics.
Athletics?
Yeah,
19 plus...
that's good. He's a small
3.
boy. He's a small boy. You scoop him up, and you kind of just like spit your alcoholic spit at this bear, just as a little fuck you.
I haven't even drank today. This is just what it. That's just what it smells like.
And as soon as you guys get to the doorway to the stairs, the bear kind of stops right before the doorway, and just goes back to its nest and just doesn't pursue you any farther.
Cool.
And I'm guessing you're going to continue up those stairs.
Yes.
All right. So as you ascend these stairs up to the final room, which is just a regular looking circle room made of stone. There's a bench there. There's a bunch of beakers and test tubes. There's some crafting equipment. And there's just Giuseppe standing right there, just kind of not looking at you guys, but kind of just looking away, like lost in thought almost.
We're here. We made it.
Excuse me?
And he just kind of he gets startled. And he turns back to face you three. And goes, "Oh, right. Hello. You three are here already. You've made it through the trial amazingly fast.
I have a question. What are our names?
Bearth, Roscoe, Locke."
It was Key. I'm going to roll a deception.
You're gonna roll deception to lie your name to this man.
Roscoe
man.
also
That's an
Yeah.
that's
did
an,
the thing.
That's an 18 plus no, that's a 16 plus 1, so 17 deception.
Let me just roll to see if he understands. Well, that's a 3. So yeah, he just all right. Your name's Key. I apologize. I thought it was Locke.
And quietly to myself say, "Yes, fuck you, Dad."
All right. And oh, hold on. Let me just now is the time. So Giuseppe looks at you three and just sighs to himself like a sigh of relief and goes, "Who's first?"
I guess I'll go.
All right, Roscoe. And he places his hand on your shoulder, and you can feel like a warmth welling up inside of you. And let me go get this paper real quick. this is good paper.
Some
And-
good paper.
And he holds one hand away from you as if he is ready to transfer your energy into the air itself. And as he's doing that, go ahead and roll for your boy.
Am I rolling a D8? What am I
D20.
rolling? A D20?
Yeah, I made 20 of these bad
That's right,
boys just to
okay.
have 3 of them be used.
Yeah.
I got a 7.
A 7. I wish I could read Roman numerals. Why the fuck did I put these in
It's
Roman numerals?
VII.
I know it's VII.
Then why
I
don't
didn't
out
know
loud?
it was VII. Okay, so now go ahead and roll a D8. Well, hold on. Let me give you the name. Let me give you the name of your boy first. Your boy's name is Viola, like the
Like
tiny violin.
I was gonna say Viola Davis. but-
Viola. And go ahead and roll a D8.
I got a 5.
A 5. It's an animal, and I will let you choose the animal, or should I? And this would go for everybody because there's categories like animal, element, insect. If you roll any of those, should I just generate a random one of those as well? or-
I'd say yeah, because everything else is by chance.
Okay, here let me do that then. And
Well, like I'm saying that, like if you guys
Yeah, no,
disagree,
that works.
it makes
for
it
me.
more fun.
I agree.
Adds a you have to be like
This is what
in-
you're stuck with.
yeah.
Yeah.
This is what you're stuck
you
with.
want to maintain that.
Hope you
element
enjoy
of
it, jackass.
Although the last thing I remember I did, I made mine a giant crab. A giant purple crab.
And I'll let you choose the color and everything like that. If you
No,
want.
I don't want to choose that.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it should all be chance because our characters aren't the ones making it. So
All right, let me look up random animal generator real quick. I hope that's a real thing.
It is.
Oh, it is. That's nice.
It's the internet.
How to make my Sonic OCs. Oh, boy.
I can't believe it worked with me convincing him my name was Key instead of Locke. That's so
Salamander.
good.
Yeah.
Ooh.
I'll just say purple salamander. Does that work for you? Or do you want to...
I mean, I'm fine with the purple salamander.
Okay, cool.
It
Purple
fits with my
salamander.
shadowy,
Uh,
ambivalent side.
okay, so right on your index card, purple salamander. And then go ahead and roll 2d12. Well, just a d12 twice.
No, you need to roll 2 of them,
Oh,
or else
no.
it
You can
won't
use
work.
mine. You can use mine. That's a 10. That is a 10 also. That's a 12.
He's
got
like, there's more
4
10s here than there should
And
be.
2.
4 and 2. Okay, so you have suave and tough. Those are your boys' personality types. I will tell you what they do. Let me just have you write those down. Suave is -1 to strength and +2 to charisma.
Mhm.
And tough is -1 to intelligence, but +2 to strength. So hey.
What are the bases? Like, is it all 10?
Yeah, every boy is a flat 10 across the board.
Okay.
Like a flat 10-year-old boy.
Yeah, that's the aspect of this.
Well, hopefully you don't roll a human because then I'm going to give you a real boy.
Oh, no.
Oh, Giuseppe, no.
All right, so you got all your
Suave was +2 to charisma.
yes.
Okay.
And you have the name?
Viola.
Yep. Okay. Go ahead, Brooks.
All right.
Well, hold on. Let me do this in the story. So, as he touches Roscoe on the shoulder and he holds his hand out to the side, there's just just from his hand like a whole like a large 5 footballs worth of salamander just starts to come out, just like a big salamander.
I
it's
imagine,
like
a
it's
tube of
being
toothpaste.
Yeah, it's like
born.
toothpaste. Yeah, it's being birthed from Giuseppe.
It's it's almost as long as I am tall.
yes.
How wet is it?
It
It's a
has
salamander.
it has a film to it, but it's not as wet as Bearth was coming through the waterfall.
All right.
It's damp.
It's damp.
And Giuseppe looks very winded at this point, but he's like, "Okay,
Are you
Who's-
sure you don't want to take a breather before you do
absolutely
mine?
not. This is my
Okay.
magnum opus. I am ready to help."
Oh, all right. I'm happy to be the canvas upon
And then-
which you'll make this magnum
And
opus.
he places his hand on your chest just because you're a bit taller, and it's just more comfortable that way. And he winks. He gives a couple winks at you. No, he doesn't. He doesn't. Go ahead and roll a d20. Also, if anybody rolls like the same number, I'm just going to go up 1.
That is a 1.
That is a 1. All right. So your boy's name is Purif.
How do you spell that?
Purif. And
F?
yeah, Purif. Oh,
All right.
I want you to know that that was the first power I made. So hey, it's a wonderful day. And go ahead and roll a d8 for what your boy is going to look like.
That is also a 1.
Human. I am so happy.
Damn it.
Matt, I want you to look at this just so you can see I am not fucking with him. Yeah, number 1 is human. So
All right, so this is just going to be an overall uncomfortable experience.
So it as he holds his hand out, like it looks like a bright white light comes out of his hand, and just first a wooden leg pops out, and then another wooden.
So
leg.
you're leaning really hard into the Pinocchio thing.
Yeah, it's pretty much like it's a puppet boy, except as soon as like the think of a 5-year-old mannequin. And then all of a sudden, like, it starts to gain more features to make it look more human. And go ahead and roll 2d12.
Okay, so I'm just confirming this for me and where I'm at in my life. So this is a wood boy. He has no flesh on him.
Correct.
Oh my god.
He does have hair and eyes.
Oh.
Like actual human hair and eyes? Or are they also like fake?
No, I think they're real. They're real. Yeah.
Fucking creepy.
That's horrifying.
Oh
Yeah.
my god.
It has, it's like smooth wood, so it kind of looks like those robots in Japan that look human, but they're not human.
That is the worst metaphor you could have possibly chosen.
I just want you to have a gross boy.
That's a 4
Okay.
and an 8.
Okay, so that's tough and aggressive.
Oh. Oh, happy day.
This makes me real happy. An alcoholic that has a tough and aggressive boy.
It just has an angry little monster that's bound to their soul.
This is my scary wood boy, son.
Normally it's
Hi, would you like to meet my scary wooden son? He is really bad.
he's really naughty and aggressive. God damn.
He's one tough boy, and you better believe he's gonna be aggressive about it.
So right beside the personality traits, make sure you put -1 intelligence, +2 strength. Just for your.
Can I just put like 9 intelligence and 12 strength in the?
Yeah, but there's also, let's see, aggressive gives you another +2 to strength and -1 to charisma.
So 14 strength.
Yeah, so +4 strength, -1 intelligence, -1 charisma. So you have the strongest a boy could possibly be.
And is it good for me to put in 10s for all the other stuff?
Correct.
Okay.
Okay. And as your wooden boy pops out, he kind of just has glazed over eyes, and he kind of looks at you.
Oh my god.
And he just tilts his
Hang on.
Yeah.
Before anything, I take out the flask that was in my pocket.
Okay.
I unscrew it. I take a very long swig. I take a few swigs of it, and when I put it down, I go, that is not what I thought it was. And then I put it back. I'm like, all right. I've dealt with what I need to deal with. I can now love you, my scary wooden son.
Just so you guys aren't picturing a naked boy mannequin, what do you want him to be wearing?
Anything.
Okay, you know what? I'm just gonna give him just a burlap fucking sack.
Can he be wearing a barrel?
I kind of imagine he just had painted on clothes.
I don't
his-
like that.
I'm gonna go potato sack. Somebody had a potato sack, probably. Does that work? You
All
can
right.
buy clothes for this boy later.
I mean, I have an extra shirt if you want.
I just want him to have like a nice vest, and pants would be best. That would be cool.
And as all this discussion is happening, he goes to Bearth and he goes, "All right,
You're not gonna die after this, are you? Because you kind of look like
You
you're gonna
thi-
die after this.
have you ever ran several miles at once?"
No, that sounds terrible.
It is. That's what this feels like. And then he puts his hand on your forehead and just
jeez.
kind of leans on you a little bit, and he's just like, "Okay, go ahead and roll your d20."
That's a 13.
13. Okay. Let's see what boy we got for you. Oh, that's not that one. 13.
Yes.
Okay. All right. Your boy's name is Expin.
Spell that for me, please.
EXPIN.
Ooh.
Fancy.
All right.
Fantasy.
And what do I roll now? 8?
Yep, 1d8.
Yeah, it's a 3.
That is a 3. Oh, okay. So that means it is a tiny boy, much like a sprite or pixie or anything like that.
I see.
I'm gonna leave it to you because what I put was just tiny sized. It can be like it can be just an actual, just like.
I mean, you randomly generated it as
Okay,
animal.
fine. I'll randomly generate something tiny for you.
Like, could it be like an object?
It
Or
could
like
be
a
an-
pebble.
You know what? I'm just gonna make it.
Wait, it can be a sprite.
It'll be a can of Sprite. It's going to be a fucking can of generic brand Sprite. It's a
I
can
will-
with an S on it.
I will establish we are not sponsored by Sprite.
No, it is a can with an S on it. There we go.
It's fucking lemon lime drink.
Yeah. Can it actually just be a lemon and a lime orbiting each other? I think that would be better.
Oh, what the fuck do I call it?
Or it's a lemon that
It's
will
called
morph into a
X-Spin. What do you
lime.
mean?
Hi, would
it's
you like
a
to meet my
binary-
fruit son?
It's like a binary sun situation, but with
Yeah.
a lemon and a lime.
Oh, yeah, it could be half lemon, half lime.
It morphs between
A
the
lot-
two shapes.
A lemon.
Fuck.
A lemon.
They're too similar to combine.
I love it.
A lime.
I'm alright in binary.
You know what the best part about this lime? I gotta give it personality too. This is what I was hoping for with the boy campaign.
I'm glad I have a fancy salamander.
Yeah.
I don't care what anyone says. I love my wooden son. In the
Okay.
additional
Two-
notes,
two D12s.
in the additional notes I've written, "Hi, would you like to meet my scary
2 and
wooden
8.
son?"
2 and 8. So we have suave and aggressive. All right.
At least our boys are all somewhat like similar. To
Yeah,
Yeah, they have
in
similar
some
kind
way.
of personalities to them.
So let me just kind of. Okay. So adding them all up together, it's actually +1 charisma, +1 strength, because they
that's-
cancel each other out. Like, because the aggressive one has -1 charisma, and the suave one has +2 charisma,
Okay.
and yeah, they just cancel each other out.
So charisma and strength both
Yeah.
have +1?
Yep.
Okay.
So all of our boys are pulling. They each have 2 of 3 character traits. Those being tough, aggressive, and suave.
Yes.
Nice.
Yeah, you guys got some real nice choice boys. And that means I am done with this 20 fucking powers I have made until maybe one of you dies and I have to generate a whole new boy.
It'll probably be me.
I hope
'cause
it doesn't
I'm
happen.
super squishy.
You guys have 17 lives remaining amongst the 3 of you,
We're all really squishy.
Say
so
what now?
We're
What?
first level characters.
because I have 17 more boys.
Okay, so like 4 or 5 of them will be me.
Yeah.
At least one.
I don't know about you guys, but I'm hoping to hang on to Locke for a while.
Yeah,
I
hope,
really like him.
I hope you all hang on to your boys for a while as well, because the longer you get to know them, the better they become. And with that last boy created, which was just a fucking Laliman, just out of his hand.
You can tell he was tired by then.
And it just kind of floats and hovers around you a little bit. You all each hear it say its name in your head, like it's communicating with you, just its name.
That is scary as fuck.
And
Interesting.
and
I love my scary wooden son.
and Giuseppe just kind of, as he's still breathing heavy, he kind of just looks at you all with tired eyes and goes, "Well, I guess I'm proud of this, and I guess this is where your 3 adventures begin." And then he kind of nods a little bit, but he stands back up tall and goes, "Now, go ahead back to town. I'm sure they're looking for you to see the 3 new boys."
Son of a bitch, you're gonna die, aren't you?
Are you sure
I
you're
fucking
all
called
right?
this, didn't I?
And as you have not left immediately, he kind of looks over his shoulder and goes, "I mean it. Leave now." And
Oh, the real master's gonna come. We better leave.
It's the Dark Lord.
It's
But
the Dark Lord who makes the real boys. That's the twist later on.
as
The
you
Dark Boy.
Our boys are gonna turn against each other because they're servants of darkness.
that could be a good idea.
But then their love for us is gonna break them from their chains.
Brooks is doing that thing where he thinks more into things than I do because I'm just like, I can't wait for everybody to have boys.
Oh, it's like Pokemon movie.
Oh
Doesn't
no!
matter where you're born.
But as you all, well, what
Anyone
are all of you?
can slap a Pikachu.
So what are you all doing? He just says, head back now.
I start to back up. With
I'm gonna
giant
leave.
salamander.
But like, you're gonna be okay, right?
I will
going
be
to be-
fine.
I'm gonna scoop up Perif and I'm going to just carry him out.
And as you are starting to leave, there is what sounds like an explosion, but in reverse, an implosion, if you will.
That's
not
not
how
what
it
an
works.
that's not how sound is.
How would you describe an implosion, Brooks?
It sounds like an implosion.
There you go. You hear an implosion, and before you can look behind you, you kind of just feel like a slap across your face, and that's Giuseppe. What order are you guys standing in, like horizontally?
I thought we were just like in
Okay,
this
yeah,
order,
just
like
like
I'm
that.
in the middle.
So first he
Yeah.
hits Bearth. Roll Constitution.
Oh boy. That's a 4.
Okay, Aerith is gone. Just gone. And the slap continues to
Where the fuck did I go?
I'll get to that. And the slap continues to Locke. Roll.
Can I roll an acrobatics to dodge out of the way of the
Yeah,
slap?
you can go ahead and roll.
That's
I got
a no.
an 8.
Okay, you are gone. As soon as he touches you, you're gone.
Cool.
And he kind of has to push his hand down a little bit to get to Roscoe. So,
Yeah, I'm gone. I
all
got a
right,
3.
and you're all gone. If I can, there's a moment. I'm just the players can't see it, but the audience can. And there is Giuseppe kind of turning around to look at somebody who is off screen and going, "You won't get them." And then it cuts, and you're all still in the cave. It's just, it feels muggier. That's the difference.
Well, that was rude.
Are there any lights going on? Or
Uh,
is it dark?
Go ahead and roll perception. Like, the lighting seems the same.
Okay.
10.
11.
7.
Okay, so you can tell that the workshop isn't the same. Like, there's a couple broken like beakers and everything like that. There's the desks are thrown over, but other than that, you are still in the same place. So, what do you guys want to do?
Leave.
All right.
I'm going to investigate the area real quick.
All
I
right,
kinda- I kinda wanna
I'll
check
wait.
this out.
I'll wait for them.
I like to imagine that Locke goes, "Let's leave," and like, "Wait, let's look." And you're like, "Okay, well, let's look."
I got an 18.
An 18
As I-
for investigation.
Yeah.
I got a 15.
Looking around, you can tell that this is the exact same area, but as you're looking at all the desks and tables and everything, you're noticing that there was a fight here, but you were just here a second ago, and everything has been thrown over. Nothing's really the same. A huge skirmish has happened. Hey, Lamb.
Huge skirmish, so like a battle.
Yeah.
But small.
Because we're in a cave.
As much as this cave can hold, there was the biggest battle here.
So like
So like
8 people.
yeah,
Not like a one-on-one fight, but like a big one-on-one
Oh,
fight.
I see.
like some big punches.
Yeah,
Okay.
like one punches.
Oh, this is that weeb shit you were talking about.
Now it's starting to seep in.
Yeah.
So what do I, other than that a fight happened, do I find anything else? Do I find any remains or?
Just picking through what is there, you find like, a couple gold. Just it's Giuseppe's gold that he just kept in his workshop. Just 3. It was pretty much his tavern money.
It was the same 3 gold. he
Yeah,
put on
it was the
table.
same.
He ended up not paying Tanya.
Correct.
Well, I
But
guess we
Tanya's used to it, so she just went, "Okay, well, you guys can still stay here."
I guess we should pay Tanya in the end.
Yeah.
Yeah, that'd probably be fast.
All right, so are you guys leaving the room then?
Yes.
All right, as you descend down the first flight of stairs, everything's still the same. There's a bear skeleton instead of a bear, but everything's
Cool.
the same.
I prefer that.
All right, you
Wait,
keep
what?
going.
What happened to the bear?
I don't know, but it's a lot. Ironically, as a skeleton, it is less scary to me.
And
How's that
almost
ironic?
as if on cue.
Because skeletons are spooky.
Can you just roll can you roll a wisdom saving throw for me real quick, Locke?
Fuck.
Good.
I'd also like to cast minor illusion to make like little
16.
like its eyes glow a bit.
Okay.
16.
Then I'll have you roll just against that 16.
Well, he would have to beat my that would beat my AC.
Oh,
I mean, not
okay.
my DC that would do it.
All right.
So.
Then you just see like eyes glow in the bear carcass, and you're like, that's an illusion though.
Wait.
Yeah,
it's
you
just
see,
like-
you see me waving my hands around.
I appreciate your sense of theatricality.
No problem.
All right, and as you continue down the steps again, everything's the same in this cave, except there is no waterfall. There's a bunch of rocks caved in.
Huh.
Well, this is a problem.
Does anyone have any rock-related magic?
I can blast it with some air.
And just then, you hear, hey, what are you doing?
I'm just saying we're at an hour and 12. So
Oh, do you want me to end it off right here then, Brooks? Is that what you would?
no,
prefer?
I'm saying like, yeah,
Okay, well, I'll end it off here then.
it's
Liam.
like a cliffhanger.
Okay. If that's that's how you want it.
I mean, I'm just saying we've reached the the length of the episode time. So
Yep. So yeah. And if you like, subscribe. All right. So you guys are caved in, and you cannot see immediately any way out, and that's how we'll leave it. What are you doing, Liam?
Looking at you die. That's fancy.
Thank you.
It's part teal.
and on that note,
Zach.
this has been Dragons by Default.
Ah, fuck.
I like FBD&D better.
FB D&D. All right, fine.
Yes.
I don't know. Dragons by Default has a nice ring to it.
I was gonna say DBD.
Boys and Dragons.
No, DBD. Dragons by Default.
I kind of like that. Or
Alright.
Dungeons by Default.
Dungeons by Default. Either one.
All right.
Dungeons by Dragons.
Dungeons. Bye.
Bye, everybody.
There's only gonna be one episode.
Yeah.
Oh.
I hope there's more.